Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their face. Rich Paul is like a word salad king. Like, this man is going to tell you everything and say absolutely nothing. Now, listen, I'm like, bro, I can't believe I just heard this audio, man. Shout out to Dreamers Pro for sharing this audio that I seen on his channel. I want to get into it. So you see my videos. I covered Byron Scott, obviously saying, it's time to go for LeBron, man. It's time for you to get up out of here, bro. Like, we get it. You 41, 42, whatever. You're done. We got Luka now. It's all right, man. It's time for you to hit the road. You don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. I didn't see there was a problem with that. Byron Scott is more than capable of being a Laker legend to speak that way about LeBron James. Like, it ain't a disrespectful thing. So this guy, Rich Paul, got a nerve to say there's disrespect within that statement. And then he's going to go into detail about some more. But I got some information that shows that Rich Paul is a hypocrite, because LeBron James has been going at the older generation for how long now? How many shots did he throw at them? Come on, bro. Let's just be for real, man. Let's run the clip, man. You don't want to miss today's show. Let's get into it.
Feet, they play 60 feet today because everything is predicated on shooting threes. You're not going up and down like we did. As far as physicality, it's not even close. I just thought it was laughable coming from one of the greatest to ever play the game. He's responding to LeBron James saying that the game has changed. Your thoughts, Rich Paul?
On the eras, I mean, I think everybody's gonna be biased to the eras that they played in. I know what it looks like. I can't tell you what it was like because I never played, in an NBA game. But I think coming from someone who has actually played and has played in multiple eras, I don't know about the word laughable. You could. There's a way where you could disagree with somebody without it coming off as what I would say would be offensive.
Disrespectful?
Yeah, disrespectful. Yeah, exactly. Disrespectful. There's a way that you can say things without it coming off as disrespectful. And actually, that's going to lead me into my get rich quick. Respect, in my opinion, is one of those foundational pillars. And I think respect is something that you should lead with as a human. Every human should lead with respect. And especially when someone has earned that either through their productivity or their character. With that being said, and I think for me, I was always taught to respect my elders, to respect everyone, but definitely to respect my elders. But then, some days I sit there and I think, and I see things and I'm like, but what about when your elders do things or say things that actually warrants disrespect? And it's been a lot of that going on, but then that's a very slippery slope, because when you get to the position that we are, Max, you're in, I'm in, we've got here, we worked very hard to get there, and others have too. You got to be very careful, because you get to a point to where you can say things or do things that knock you off your square, and also in that case, if you're knocked off your square, then that means you've been tricked out of your spot. And if you're tricked out of your spot, what happens is you can say or do something that looks or feels good in the moment, but looks foolish and probably is foolish and lives foolish.
Now, wasn't LeBron James the one on ESPN saying Giannis will score 200 points or something in the 70s or something like that? Didn't LeBron James recently go on a podcast with the dude from Indiana? Off the top of my head, I just missed his name. Tyrese Halliburton. Didn't he just go on that podcast and say it's harder to play now than then? Is that not taking a shot at somebody who played then? Are we forgetting that saying it's easier then and harder now? Is that not a shot? Is that not disrespect? The problem I always have with these guys, man, and I know people just don't get it, because if you're such a fanboy and you don't have a clear mind to think, these guys will go on shows every time they get a chance to and make it seem like you can't say nothing about them. But then They talk about everybody else. They say everything about everybody else. They talk about Carmelo, they talk about Michael Jordan, they talk about Charles Barkley. Rich Paul will talk about all the other people. Austin Reeves should go to the bench. Maybe he's a sixth man. All this stuff, bro. The minute somebody gets on the show and says something about LeBron, they crying wolf. They playing victim. Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't sit there and talk about other people on your platform, and then the minute someone talks about someone else on a different platform that so happens to be your best buddy, you can't sit there and claim victim, bro. That's fair game. And if what I'm saying is a lie, let me know down below. I really want to know how I'm lying. Where am I lying about? What am I lying about? Has LeBron not called himself the greatest player of all time in an interview when he sat down on one of his shows he said when he came back, when we came back or he came back, whatever the case may be. Let's not forget Kyrie Irving was a big part of that. But since that is all about LeBron, he said that made me the greatest player. He didn't say that made us the greatest team. He said that made him the greatest player, right? So what we really know is LeBron thinks that he's above everybody. He says he thinks that he's the greatest player of all time because he came back down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Is that not disrespectful to all the players before? Kareem, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Will Chamberlain? Is that not disrespectful to call yourself the greatest? That could be taken as disrespect, right? I don't think it is, but it can be, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, where do we justify what's disrespect and what's not disrespect? When can we sit here and be objective to things without trying to play victim, without trying to cry? So let me know what you guys think down below, man. This is Tyler from Tyler Rose TV. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe and hit the bell. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video, man. You have a good one, man. Stay safe out there. Peace.